Yo, what's up, everybody? I know a lot of people have been waiting for me to go live because, this is what I do. I'm out here, I'm shooting this content, I'm talking to the people all the time. But I wanted to go live real quick well, not really real quick. I just wanted to talk to everybody who's on my live right now or who's just on my Facebook who I know can see this. So first and foremost, I hope everybody is safe. I hope everybody is safe. I hope that you guys aren't getting sick. I hope that you guys are staying in the house and listening to everything that people have to say when it comes to all this quarantine, whatever. But I've been staying in the house. I've been quarantining myself. I haven't been coming outside at all. I've been chilling. I'm not trying to get sick. I did get my hair done. Shout out to my squad. Got my hair done. So, first and foremost, guys, we are in the house. We are absolutely positively in the house, and we aren't doing anything right now except for self-reflecting. I know a lot of people are self-reflecting and really trying to figure out what they need to do in order to move forward. But I like to stay in my lane. I want to stay in my niche, and I want people to build in this time of stillness, right? So I want to talk about business. I want to talk about marketing, and I want to talk about platforms that you need to be using right now. Shout out to everybody. I'm going to try to wave to everybody while I'm talking about all of this stuff. What's up, everybody? What's up? Please, if you have questions or you online and you just want to, you got questions for the kid, please ask me right now. So I want to talk about business. I want to talk about social media. I want to talk about how to leverage these platforms right now. So a lot of people are in a position where they're like, oh my gosh, my business, I'm not working. I don't know what to do. So this is the time right now where you can figure out whatever it is that you wanted to do. This is the time to plan it out and get it done, right? So it's one thing that I've been wanting to do for quite some time, and that was start my YouTube channel, which is something that I've absolutely started. And there was a couple of things that I wanted to do within my YouTube channel that I've absolutely started because I have the time right now. So I'm leveraging digital media. I'm leveraging social media right now. And there's a multitude of platforms that you guys can be on right now. So I'll go through them real quick. So of course, right now I'm talking to you guys on Facebook Live, but within Facebook, there are several different things within Facebook. So you have Facebook, just Facebook as your actual personal Facebook page, right? So you have Facebook Live, you have Facebook Stories, you have Facebook groups, you have Facebook businesses, you have Marketplace. There's a ton of ways that you could put yourself out there on Facebook that you can utilize right now. You don't have to wait. Also, you can be utilizing Facebook ads. If you go to business.facebook.com, you can run your Facebook ads on business.facebook.com, right? So boom, that's that. So you have Instagram, you got everything with Instagram. You got Twitter right now. You got TikTok. If you guys been following me right now, what's up, everybody? I'm still waving at everybody. If you guys have been following me on you guys follow me here on Facebook, y'all been seeing my TikTok, and go follow me on TikTok at Malcolm Locks, MALCOLMLOCS, Malcolm Locks on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, all that. Go follow me on TikTok. TikTok is a dope platform for people to use because it's funny. You can put your brand out. On my YouTube, I just shot a video just kind of going a little bit more in depth about TikTok, but you need to be there right now if you got a business. So Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, LinkedIn, Snapchat, you got Tumblr, you got YouTube. I created a YouTube channel because this is something that I've been wanting to do. So anyway, going past that, right? I just wanted to really talk about, I just made a post on my Facebook, and this is something that I've been wanting to do within my YouTube channel, right? So I created my YouTube channel not only to talk about, marketing and whatnot, which is something that I will be talking about on that particular channel. But I have a food show on there with my squad. Shout out to my squad. But also, I've been wanting to do this thing called Lessons They Never Teach You. So Lessons They Never Teach You is basically a compilation, if that's the right word. It's a compilation of talking about the nuances with relationships, right? So I've been in a couple of relationships in my lifetime, and I've been in too many situationships, right? I've been in a lot of situationships. I've had a lot of experiences with the opposite sex, and I have learned and I've grown and I've understood things a little bit differently than a lot of people, right? So me growing up, I grew up with I was around my mom a lot. I was around my mom a lot, and I was around my aunts a lot, and I got a whole bunch of girl cousins, right? So with that being said, I was able to tap into things on an emotional level that a lot of people in my age group just really don't see. And even me tapping into those emotions, that affected me growing up, right? So now fast forward, I'm 34 years old. I was about to say I'm 33. 34 years old. Fast forward, I'm 34 years old now, and I've been in 2 relationships in my entire life. And my last relationship, where I was actually engaged in my last relationship, and as much as I thought that I was ready to be in a relationship, I wasn't ready to be in a relationship, but I didn't realize that it was so many small emotional and mental nuances that I just didn't understand. I didn't understand it at all. And if you guys want to chime in, please chime in. But as a black man, there was just some small nuances that I did not understand being in that relationship. And there are small nuances, mental and emotional, that I didn't understand from the opposite sex. Being in these situationships and, not being able to respond a certain type of way emotionally, or not being able to align or connect with that person I was dealing with at the time, because I, as a black man, didn't understand those small things that I should have been able to pick up on, but I wasn't able to pick up on. So now that I'm 34 years old, and I'm not perfect, I don't know everything, right? But I know a lot more than what I used to know, right? And so I just really want to talk about that. I really want to, let you guys get my perspective so I can get y'all perspective. I just made a post on Facebook talking about what were some of the things that you guys really learned coming off of my boy. Look at my boy Dre. What's up? I got somebody's knocking on my door. I don't know who it is. I'm shooting the video.
Open it up, though.
What's up? Oh, Jesus, Mary Joseph. Who's coming in? Oh, where? Yeah. So anyway, y'all. Shout out. Is you gonna come in the screen or not?
Nah, son.
Okay, so look, he's not gonna come in the screen. My boy Stan, the Stan is here. Shout out to them. They the ones who do my hair.
You can see my hands,
he dumb. So anyway, this guy, he gives me a lot of perspective on relationships. Go ahead. He gets my boy. Matter of fact, y'all know what? Since my boy Dre is here, right? I'm going to. Matter of fact, Dre, you hit me up because I know you could talk in depth about this stuff. So I'm gonna bring my boy Dre on here because Dre is a beast. He's phenomenal. I'm talking about lessons they never teach you. But my boy Dre, he's a beast. So I'm gonna bring him on so we go talk about this stuff. But anyway, like I said,
you gonna bring me on?
You can come on. We can talk right now. Well, okay, I'll bring Stan on another day, right? I'll bring Stan on another day.
Why not today?
No, not today. This is for later. This is for the YouTube channel. So I'll bring Stan on later. Look, listen. Look, listen. Let me listen. Stan be telling listen, y'all. Let me tell y'all. Stan gives me so much perspective when it comes to relationships, and I just be like, damn. I never even thought about that. And Stan gives me the perspective on the relationship that I wouldn't even think of. I suck in the gray area, right? I'm not good with gray area. I'm a businessman. I'm an entrepreneur. So I just talk about the black or the white. But then Stan comes in and he talks about that thing or that nuance that I'm like, oh, I wasn't even thinking about that. And I didn't even care, but I do need to care. So I'm going to have Stan on. And Stan, we gonna talk about that because me and Stan we talk about relationships a lot.
All right, just let me know when I'm gonna be on.
Okay, we could do something again tomorrow.
Am I fucking up your feed right now or something?
No, you're not fucking nothing up, bro.
All right,
nah.
But this beard gotta do something.
Look, he gotta do something with his beard. But anyway, like I said, y'all, lessons they never teach you. Lessons they never teach you is something that I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Like I said, in my last, yo, what's up, little sis? My little sis is on. My little sis, she know what's up. She know what's up with me and all of my ways. But like I said, lessons they never teach you. Lessons they never teach you is just my understanding of the nuances of a black man, mental and emotionally, when dealing with relationships. And I just want to tell you, guys. all of my experiences, and I want to know your experiences. I want to get your feedback. I want to understand where you guys are coming from. I want to know what makes you guys tick. I want to know the psychological things that y'all go through when y'all deal with other people in terms of your intimate relationships. I mean, like right now we're quarantining, right? We're quarantining, and I'm quarantining, and I'm bayless. I ain't got no bae, right? So why I ain't got no bae? Why? Lessons they never teach you. Like, this is something that I'm really passionate about. I really want to go into. Oh, we telling stories? No, Takia, we are not telling those type of stories. Look, listen, y'all. Disclaimer, right? So, I am half righteous. I am half ratchet. So you will get both of those perspectives. When we will get both of those perspectives. See, I told Sierra. Look, shout out to Sierra. She's on the live right now. Shout out to my guy Kenyon. Oh, Kenyon, you called me the other day. I'm sorry, bro. I was in the middle of doing something. I promise you, I'll call you tomorrow, bro. But anyway, lessons they never teach you. Look, we got my other. Come on. You wanna come on into the feed? Look at my boy. Come on, man. Is you gonna come to the feed or not? Look at him. Look, my boy Killer Street, Brother Fleet. Oh, y'all know him as Norm. But my boy Killer Street, Brother Fleet. Look, listen, all my friends, we all talk about relationships. We talk about relationships all the time. So my goal with lessons they never teach you is to really give you guys the perspective of black men and really give you the perspective of those, like I said, those subtle nuances in relationships, because none of us wants to be alone, and all of us wants to have greater understanding of somebody. Matter of fact, if Kenyon's still on here, Kenyon chime in, because Kenyon's really good at this relationship stuff too. He's really good at understanding the subtle nuances between men and women. So I think Kenyon's still on here, but yeah, this is my own little personal thing. Lessons they never teach you, and once we get out of this whole little quarantine thing, I'll have me a whole little panel and whatnot. But yeah, y'all, I just learned. Oh, now Stanley wants to get on live. Stanley and Sierra on live. So, matter of fact, this is what I'm going to do, because I know both of them are on the live. I'll bring Kenyon on. I'll bring my boy Dre on. I'll bring Stanley on. I'll bring Sierra on at the same time. I'll bring all these people on so we could start talking. It's not going to be like a ratchet conversation. It's it might get there, but I really want to focus on the emotional stuff between men and women from the perspective of a black man. That's what lessons they never teach you. Things that you should have done before, and things that you should have responded to a certain type of way, but you didn't. And now that you've gotten older, and now that you understand, and now you can respond a certain type of way. So Mally Mal. So yeah, y'all. This is what I want to do. And that's what my part of my YouTube channel. Like I said, this is the time for you guys to really be in a space where you're self-reflecting, where you're creating, where you're reaching out to people. You're building your business digitally. I think what happened is that I'm looking at this as an opportunity. So this whole Corona thing, COVID-19, this is such a huge opportunity, but you have to be able to see through to the future, right? Like, this is the perfect time. Everybody's sitting at home right now, and you guys could be doing exactly what I'm doing. Who am I? I'm just regular Malcolm. You guys could be doing exactly what I'm doing right now, and get this stuff popping on social media right now. And there's an array of things that you could be talking about. So what I'm really going to stick with is my niche. I like to talk about relationships. I'm a scientist, and I like to do marketing. I'm into tech. So that's my niche, and that's where I stay. I like to talk about, like I said, I like to talk about relationships. So, yeah, y'all, stay tuned. Lessons they never teach y'all. And please, if you're watching my live right now, go to my Facebook post and please leave a comment. I was just talking about, what are some, Matt, Stan, come on in, bro. I was talking about on my last Facebook post, I was talking about, what are some of the things that you learned dealing with heartbreak after a breakup? Like, what are some of the things that you learned dealing with heartbreak after a breakup? And for me, dealing with heartbreak after the breakup, like, I remember when my ex broke up with me after I was engaged, right? First of all, I was like, I don't know. I was like I think I was depressed. I think I was depressed, and I didn't know that I was depressed, and I didn't know how to deal with it, right? I didn't know how to deal with my I didn't know how to deal with my depression. If that's what they called it. Oh, what? Don't bring that on camera.
Oh,
don't bring that on camera.
What?
Okay, so look, don't bring that on camera.
It's for my glaucoma.
Okay, so for his glaucoma. So look, Stan, hold on, come a little, come.
Wait, hold on. I gotta.
Nah, just bend enough so that they can see you in the screen.
Give me a chair.
Huh?
Let me get a chair.
Yeah, look, stand by to get a chair. We about to go into this, right? It didn't turn into anger to me, little sis. I think my crew about to come in, y'all. My crew about to come in. So we about to get it cracking. I'm waving at everybody. What's up, everybody? My crew about to come in. My boy.
What's this one?
This book, my boy Norm.
This on the gram on Facebook.
This on Facebook. My boy Norm about to come in. Look, y'all, I'm about to have my whole crew come in. Hey Chris, how are you? About to have my whole crew come in. So look, listen. Look, so anyway, they in there screaming in the background about this chair. Yo, can y'all come on? What are y'all doing? So anyway, y'all. So look, peep game, right? So my sister, she was there. Like, I wasn't exactly angry, right? I was more so depressed, and I think for me, that's what opened up entrepreneurship for me, right? I was so depressed in y'all can't see what's going on in my background, but I think I was so depressed that I didn't know how to handle it, and emotionally that was something that I never felt before, because I was so into that relationship and I wanted it to work out so bad. And it's still certain things that I'm working on to this day, like my communication, like effectively communication. Like, that's something that I have a hard time with, because I'm an entrepreneur and I don't really have the answer to anybody. So I just kind of be in my own space, my own bubble, my own world all the time. So my communication be a little, it sucks. And I understand, knowing that, one day being in a relationship and being able to be in a healthy relationship, communication is absolutely 100% positively everything. Would you agree, my brother?
Yes.
Oh, see, look, they out here. First of all, y'all, which I couldn't see that was happening on the camera right now, is that Norm and Stan was wrestling over this chair, right? But y'all couldn't see it. I was trying to stay focused, but it was a little hard. But anyway, going all the way back, I was in a relationship, and once I had lost that relationship, number one, I wanted to be with the person who I was in a relationship with. Whatever happened, bygones be bygones. This or that, and the third. I wanted to be with that person who I was in a relationship with. So when she had left me and it was 100% over, I did not know how to deal with those emotions. I had no idea how to deal with those emotions, and I didn't know how to let that type of thing out. Initially, I didn't know how to voice the things that I wanted to talk about, right? So what happened was that's when I kind of I really had gotten into entrepreneurship. But even with me really getting into, the more I move closer to the light, the better my skin looks. But the more I got into entrepreneurship, the more I started to understand that, that really affected me on a deep level. And I had some layers that I had to, hey mom! Then my mom came on. So and there were some things that I had to deal with. There were some layers that I had to pull back, after being in that relationship. Sizzles, what up? What's up, boy? After dealing in that relationship. And I know a lot of people can relate when, it's somebody out there that you wanted to be with, but they don't want to be with you. And, hindsight is always 20/20. So as I look back at the relationship, I can take accountability for what I did do and what I didn't do. How being proactive. I think being proactive in a relationship was something that I really didn't have a grasp on, because there was certain things that I needed to get done, certain things that I needed to handle that I just did not do, and I didn't know that I didn't know. What sucks is that because I didn't know that I didn't know, I didn't have a corrective action behind that, because it was like I was so clueless as to what I needed to do that I didn't know what I needed to do in order to correct the action. I hope that's making sense to the people. Like, I just didn't know what to do. And that's a part of a lesson that, lessons they never teach you, right? Because that's something that you can never really be told, or really be like, really, you can't even really be taught that. This is something that you kind of got to go through and just kind of look back at it and really understand, like, yo, being the man or operating in a certain being a leader in a relationship is definitely something that you have to see. You have to see it in a certain light. I guess maybe possibly growing up, you have to see it in a certain light, around you. And me personally, at that age when I had lost that relationship, I was going to my church a lot. So I started to vocalize how I felt about the whole breakup, taking accountability for what I did. Look,
Shut up.
So look, first, they not in there. I have these people aren't even in the camera. They're not even in the camera, but they was wrestling over the chair, and it wasn't even in the camera.
What? We here, right?
Talking about how we were fighting over this.
Oh, you stupid. All right.
But that's okay. But you can come back. Did you come back? AD, what's up, my guy? But yeah. Anyway, like I said though, lessons they never teach you, y'all. It's been something that it's been on my heart for a long time. Like I said, I just want to really talk about. Oh, what was I talking about? So anyway, I started to see a lot of healthy, or even not even necessarily. I don't know if it was healthy or not, but at least the stuff that they were telling me and the stuff that they were showing me, it was good stuff that I could use for my personal self. So my healing came from being able to talk about how I felt after that relationship. My healing really came from, taking accountability for what I did to mess that relationship up. My healing, oh my gosh,
What did you do?
Oh, it was a bunch of stuff that I did and did not do.
Like what?
Hold on. You know what we probably could talk about real quick?
Okay.
Because I know for a fact that this person doesn't follow me on Facebook, right? So
we're gonna talk about somebody.
Well, yeah, we want to talk about somebody, but not like not in a negative way.
Okay, so we're just talking.
Yeah, so we just having a conversation, right? So there was a particular person who I dealt with that. So she got pregnant, y'all.
Oh,
right,
okay.
right. Yeah, we're gonna go into that. We're gonna go into that.
Got it.
So she got pregnant, y'all, and I know she don't follow me on Facebook, but even if she did, I did reach out to her. I did apologize. Even though it took me time to get to that point to apologize. I reached out to her. I apologized. Okay. But anyway, I had handled the situation terribly. You know what I'm talking about.
I know.
So anyway, this girl, shout out to her. She's doing very, very well now. Shout out to her. She got pregnant, right? And she had a miscarriage. And looking back at it, I do low-key blame that miscarriage. I blame it on myself. Now, this ain't one of those things where I'm just like, I'm full of regret or anything like that, because I've come to a point where I've accepted it, and I've also apologized to her, and I've also been in the space where I kind of let that go. And like I said, I spoke to her as well. We really had a long conversation about how I reacted to the situation, because at the time I still low key feel this way. I ain't ready to have no kids. Well, I do have one, but multiple.
You can never be ready.
You can never be ready to have children. But anyway, at that time, I was really I can't have no kids. I can't do this right now. But yeah, anyway, I handled the whole situation terribly. And I didn't realize that I had handled that situation terribly until Stan had came and was like, yo, Mal, you should not have said that. You should not have done this. I'm trying to really be specific about certain things, but this is kind of this whole video is kind of off the top of my head. Hey, Tanisha, look, a little chocolate drop. But But yeah, like
What did you do? That was just like
I just feel like I wasn't emotionally receptive to the things that she was going through. I wasn't emotionally receptive. She knew I didn't want to be. She knew I didn't want to have a baby at the time, and she also knew that this isn't a situation that's conducive to what it is that I'm trying to do.
Okay.
So I think that, and this is hindsight, right? This is looking back at it because I didn't feel this way forever, right? And this is hindsight. I think that I caused a lot of anguish and stress, whereas like, yo, she's dealing with somebody that does not want this baby. So that probably gave her a lot of like, I can't think of the word. Stop. What you doing, cuz? So anyway, I gave her a lot of I feel like I put like stress on her that she didn't need at that time. And I felt like she had that miscarriage and
due to the stress that you put on
due
her.
to the stress that I put on her because at the time I didn't want to be. This probably was all of that. What year was this, Dan? 2016?
Nah, 14 or so.
No. It wasn't 2014. It could have been 2014. No, it wasn't 2014. It definitely wasn't 2014, y'all.
15 or maybe it might have been
Yeah,
15.
I think it was all of 2016.
Nah,
No, I can't get him.
When was you at the old apartment? Like it was over there by the school where they built the new school. And all that.
Okay, it might have been before.
That's why I say it was a long time ago, bro. It's like,
It might have been before 2014.
that's what I'm saying.
It might have been like 2013. Yeah, it might have been like 2013. Yeah, but anyway, like the more that I think about it, the more I'm like, man, I put a lot of stress on that girl, and that was 100% unintentional, right? Where are you going? Anyway, I put a lot of stress on that girl, and it was 100%. It was 100% unintentional, y'all. And I think that was that small nuance is really not understanding that you could really unintentionally hurt somebody, right? I unintentionally hurt this girl by not really understanding what she was going through, what she was possibly thinking. I was being super selfish and really just focusing on what I wanted and not any of her needs. And I mean, of course, I could go on and on and on and on and on. If you see this video, shorty, you know who you are, because, yeah, my bad. We've had a conversation since then. My bad. But, yeah, Stan, he was just like, yo, he gave me a lot of perspective where it was just like, yo, Mal, you was super wrong in that situation. Like,
well, I think a lot of times where like you can't be going like when you certain scenarios like when you're in, you gotta go to someone who's gonna be objective.
right.
A lot of times like certain people would have just been like, yo man, F that, yo man, you know.
That's how it was.
Exactly.
That's how it was.
You can't ride with someone who's gonna be like just whatever you're gonna do, that's what it is. But you gotta be able to someone is gotta be able to look at it objectively and be like, all right, you could have done this different. You could have done that differently. That's not to say what you did was wrong or right. It's just
that's what I did at the moment. That's all I knew to do. That's all I knew to do because at that time it was like, yo, I can't like having a baby right now. Oh man, that baby would have been, what's it, 2020 now? Oh man, that baby would have been 7 years old, y'all. Like this is me really being transparent with y'all because like this is something that I haven't really talked about to too many people. But this is me really being transparent. But like that was a situation I had no idea how to handle. Like none whatsoever. And since I didn't have any idea, like I didn't know that I didn't know, I completely handled it the wrong way. Like
how would you handle it today?
How would I handle it today? If I was in a situation where I was with somebody and they got pregnant and it was a pregnancy that I did not want, I probably wouldn't have been so harsh. I think I was like real harsh to her. And I think I was real selfish. Like, I think that I would not be as selfish. Like, I wouldn't be selfish at all because who am I to tell some woman what to do with her body, especially in terms of this is the growth talking, y'all. This is 34-year-old Malcolm talking. Who am I to tell some woman that yo go get a baby aborted? Who am I? Like I could have a say in the matter, right? Especially Okay, one thing's for sure.
This is a whole different kind of conversation.
Right, but this is cool though. This is cool.
There's a lot of layers to this one.
It is. It's a lot of layers to this. But who am I? Who am I to tell some woman that like, yo, get an abortion, right? Like, I can't do that. Like, I can't do that. I can have a say so. I can have a say so in the matter. But who am I to tell a woman, even though she might be pregnant with my child, right? Who am I to say that like, yo, you gotta go get an abortion because I don't want another baby, or like I'm at this certain point in my life. Like, but what I will say is that I'm very straight up. Like, I would say that I would definitely let somebody know, like, yo, listen, a baby is not in the cards for Malcolm right now. So that's something that I won't want to do. But I think that I will be a lot more aware of someone's feelings. I will be a lot more aware of, where they are in their life. I will have a lot more perspective and be a little bit more emotionally aligned, because I know for a fact that emotionally, that's like, I made an impact on that girl that I don't know if anybody else would ever have made that type of an impact in her life. And like, I don't want to have those type of lasting memories, bro. So bad.
Well, I think this is self-accountability.
Self-accountability, y'all. Self-accountability. This is something that we're going to go into with lessons that they never teach you.
So, okay.
Hold on, you got to come a little bit more into the camera. We got to go into the camera. Come into the camera.
Let me get into this right here, because we had this. Move the chill. All right. So we was having a discussion the other day, and he kept saying that Vlad.
Oh, God.
He kept saying that.
That's not a part of this.
Okay, but hold on. This is just about something that
about self-accountability.
Self-accountability.
If y'all don't know who Vlad is, go to YouTube. Explain who Vlad is. If y'all don't know who Vlad is, just go to YouTube and look up Vlad TV. No, we're not going to have a Vlad argument right now. This is not the platform for the Vlad. We'll talk about that another day, because Vlad don't think that, Stan don't think that Vlad is the ops. I think that Vlad is the ops. So we agree to disagree on that. But I know where he's going to go with this. Go ahead.
Okay. The argument is he's saying that he's the ops. Okay, so basically explain what that is to people.
The ops is the cops.
Okay.
The ops is the cops.
Basically what it is he has a platform.
He's making a point. He's making a point by saying this.
He has a platform where people contact this man in order to get interviews where, if your interview seen on this platform and everything like that, it helps promote you and your business, whatever you're doing, usually the music. Mm-hmm. But a lot of people go on there and they talk about a lot of the current stuff that they're doing, illegal activities, and then they get themselves hammed up. Mm-hmm. Now, the argument we were saying, he's saying that it's Vlad's fault. I'm saying that it's the people's fault. It's like, that, and you've heard the rumors, everybody's told you this, but that you still going on there, and then you talking. Now, with that being said, it's like, if I ask you, yo, Mal, how you doing today? Me moving them bricks over there on 31st Street with my nigga Jose. How is that Vlad's fault? You just gave everything. I just asked you hi. I just said, hey, man, what's going on? Yeah, me moving them bricks. Now, the thing is, this is like, he's an interviewer, right? If you rapping about guns, money, this, that. So I'm going to keep the questions in line with that.
Now you gotta bring it back to the point.
That's what you rapping about.
Right.
But if you choose to speak out whatever's going on in your own personal life, that's going to get you locked up. How is that his fault?
Right. You asking me to answer?
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, how does this make the point to what I'm talking about?
Self-accountability. It's not Vlad's fault.
Okay.
You get on there and you talk. If you talk and you talk, that's it. It's not nobody's fault.
Basically, the point is that Stan's trying to make, when we had this argument about Vlad all the time, where the person who was coming on to do the interview, I feel as though that the interviewer, and this is in me being in that particular position, right? I should have been more accountable in terms of this other person's feelings. Now, what he's talking about is the same concept, just in a different way. Like, the person who's coming onto the interview needs to have self-accountability, whereas like if me, the interviewer, is interviewing the interviewee, okay, that I need to have a certain level of responsibility by not speaking about certain things while being on the interview. But also, as the interviewer, you gotta have responsibility as the interviewer, cuz.
Okay, we'll talk about that another time.
We're going to talk about that another. We're going to talk because we get heated over this conversation.
The whole point of this was about self-accountability.
Yeah, the whole point was about self-accountability. And like I said, in that situation, when that girl had a miscarriage, I did not. It took me a couple years to really be self accountable for that, and emotionally that's not good because I had a lot of pent up things that I didn't have the opportunity to get out, or I didn't have the opportunity to say, I didn't have the opportunity to align with that particular person because, man, I didn't treat her right, and I didn't say the right things. I didn't do the right things. I just wasn't the man that I needed to be for her in that situation. And I think that led to her having that miscarriage, and I think that led to her having that it definitely led to her having that animosity, that anger built up towards me. Like it was a lot that went on in that particular time period where, yeah, she wasn't. I messed that up. 100%. And now, I mean, of course, this is 7 years ago. I was a whole different person, but yeah, I messed that up completely. And I think, oh God, I really messed it, and that's not cool. Like, it's not cool. And I think what happens is that because we don't know how to be self accountable, or we don't really understand.
I think a lot of time it's perspective. Like, because this is kind of, that's like my word of the year of my life. Perspective. It's like me and you could look at something.
Same situation, completely different.
But then we come up with two different, different ways of looking at it. Now, it's not to say my way of looking at it is right, your way of looking at it is wrong. Sometimes I think if you just take a step back and think like, okay, where is this person coming from? What perspective they're coming from? Like, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. I think a lot of times conversations with men and women, perspective that's like a blur.
Why? Why do you think why does perspective get blurred when?
Well, okay, let me give you an example.
And if any, Ian, what's up, my guy? Ian, what's up?
I'm gonna give you an example, right? When we talk about perspective, all right, I'm gonna use two kind of stories, right? I've had this conversation with a few of my clients, right? Female clients, they tell me that they notice that adult men start looking at them in a sexual way from the age of 9 and 12. You understand what I'm saying? So from the age of 9 and 12, this young lady is noticing that grown men is looking at her in a sexual way. When you was 9 and 12, was you worried about that?
Not in the least bit.
You was worried about playing video games and going outside and everything like that. Mm-hmm. So that's an extra layer of protection they got to have on that, because they noticed that at an early age.
Agreed.
You get what I'm saying? So there's certain things that a female's going to go through that you're not going to have any way of understanding it. At that point, you just got to be like, all right, if this is what you're telling me it is, and that's what it is. Like, you know what I'm saying? Now, the best way to kind of put into perspective for you, Dave Chappelle said one time he did a show, right, where for these drug dealers, and they paid him like $25,000, and he had to ride the train with it, right? Mm-hmm. He was like, it's the longest train ride I've ever had in my life, because it's like, in his mind, he's thinking like, yo, $25,000. If anybody on this train knew I had $25,000 on me, shit, what would I do?
Oh yeah, it's gonna go down.
Now, imagine having a pussy, and you have it on you all the time.
Oh, that's interesting.
You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I mean,
okay, so now that's a different perspective. Like, people will kill. Now people know you have it. Imagine the layer of stress that is going to put on you to protect that.
Nah, and that's right.
That's something you're never going to be able to understand.
No, that's right. I will never understand that. I will never understand something like that as a man. And then I think women have a heart because they have that extra layer of protection, and
it forces them to mature a lot faster.
It forces them to mature a whole lot faster, and it also forces them to have a certain type of psyche as they're coming up, because they know that men are looking at them a certain type of way, and
that's just in that particular
right. In that particular right.
That goes with a whole lot of different things, because it's like, what they say, like, who you are today is only like 10%. What happened to you, 90% how you dealt with it. You get what I'm saying? Because it's like, you have a lot of people who go through the exact same situations, but this person might have had a different outlet, so their path might have been different. Like, where two people might experience the same traumatic experience, where this person didn't have the means to deal with it, and they take that path. That doesn't mean that it doesn't mean that, it's like, it doesn't absolve them of any kind of accountability. It's just like, okay, I understand why you did this, but at the same time, you still have choices.
I agree. I 100% agree. And I think men don't really understand the severity of their choices until it's either too late or they've already emotionally and mentally jacked some woman up, not understanding the severity of what their choices had on that woman. Exactly. Does that make sense?
Yes, because sometimes you make choices based on what's in front of you. You're not thinking about how that decision is going to affect the other person and everything like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. And this is why I really want to be vocal about, lesson they never teach you, because like, of course, people are always talking about mental health all the time. Or like we talk about mental health all the time, but we really need to be in a space where we can pull back the layers of why, of why our relationships, people always want to make choices, right? But why do our relationships always seem to go a certain type of way? Or why are men always getting such a bad rap in terms of toxic masculinity, right? So I think that hey,
hola.
I
don't like that word.
What? Toxic masculinity.
Yeah.
I don't like toxic masculinity either, but I know that it
I understand what you're trying to say.
Yeah, I understand. I know that it exists, and I want us to kind of like really, lessons they never teach you is really trying to pull back the layers of toxic masculinity, and really trying to pull back the layers of, just like I said, all of these mental and emotional nuances that men and women face when they're trying to have intimate relationships. So, this is really a thing where I want to go in depth about what I've learned and, get the perspectives of other people, and in terms of what they learn and how we can really pull back the layers. So this is all about bringing this thing together, whether you do believe in like monogamous relationships or you don't. So whatever, I just want to be able for you to have healthy relationships, whether it be monogamous, polygamous, whatever it is that you went to. I want you to be able to have a healthy relationship, and that's why I want to be in a position to pull back the layers.
Okay, well, also how during one of the main things in like relationships is like, do you understand your partner's love language?
Oh, love languages. That's something that we gotta say that one, bro. We can't talk about that right now.
Well, okay, I can talk, but
yeah, we can talk.
But briefly, it's like, all right. One of the things I think is important is shout out to Mrs. Rich. She's the one that could have put me onto this stuff. You know what I mean? She gave me the book and everything like that to read.
She gave you the book?
Yeah.
Mama Rich. Listen, I need a book too.
I think it's not only important to know the love languages, but understand how to receive the love languages also.
I think receiving is a huge thing.
Well, I'm gonna give you an example, right? Let's say you have someone who's their love language is like gifts or affirmation and stuff like that.
Well,
the way they show they
words of physical touch, words of affirmation, gifts, quality time.
Let's focus on the gift part, because a lot of times you have people who, let's say they love language is giving or whatever. Now you got someone like that who comes across someone who's selfish. Right?
That's not gonna work out.
Exactly, because that person shows their love through gifts. Now, if I understand that my lady's love language is gifts, right? Now she's in the mall and she's shopping and she brings me home something. To a lot of people, it could have been like, oh yeah, she just bought me something. But if you understand that her love language is gift, that means you have to put a little extra on that. Now, if she bought you a shirt, whether or not you like that shirt, God damn it, you need to make something extra of that, because that's her way of showing you she loves you. Instead of saying I love you, here's this shirt. Like, you get what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, while she was shopping for herself, she took the time out to think about you.
So
picked out something for you. Well,
what is it? Go ahead.
She took the time out and picked out something for you, something that she didn't even have to do. You get what I'm saying? But that's because of her love language. Like, you know what I mean?
So now that leads me into something else, right? What does it take from you or the person who's receiving to receive that in a healthy manner? What if I don't understand how to receive that?
That's part of the communication, understanding it, because it's like, again, it's like that person is how they show their love or their affection towards you. So if they're getting you something, you need to acknowledge and see and understand, like, okay, this is more than just a gift. You get what I'm saying? Like
I'm
it's
with you.
more than just a gift. Like let's say they get you a tie or something like that. You don't like that tie, but guess what? Next time you take her out, wear the damn tie.
Wear that, yo. Listen, she get you a tie and you don't like that tie. Wear that damn tie.
You get what I'm saying?
Nah,
because you have to learn how to receive that also. What?
That's not always
Look, so we have a little short man outside of the camera. He's really extremely short. A short man outside of the camera that's trying to have his ones and his twos. I'll bring him on to the show later on down the line. He ain't on the show right now, but just let y'all know he's a short man, and I have some other words, but I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna curse. I'm not gonna curse.
You can do that topic another time.
Yeah, we're gonna
like
I said, I want lessons they never teach you. Like I said, I keep reiterating this, but I just really want to pull back. I want to pull back the layers of I just want to pull back the layers for the dynamics of intimate relationships between men and women, and from my perspective as a black man, because I think that our perspectives as black men, we need to really be in position to control our own narrative, and that comes all the way down to relationships. We need to be able to control our own narrative and put our own narrative out there. So that's one of the main reasons. I'm black. I love black people. I love y'all. So I want to be in a position to control the narrative and put out our narrative, our stories, how we feel and how we deal. So lessons they never teach y'all. This is something I've been wanting to do for quite some time. Thank you for my
acceptance and not forcing your ideologies of what the other person is supposed to be like.
We are going to talk about so many different things later.
Won't you bring her on the camera since she got
We will be talking about so many different things
No, we can't do that.
on a different time, and we will be talking about a lot of different things. I want to have a bunch of people on here, especially while we're quarantined, because listen, y'all ain't got nothing else to do, so let's talk about relationships and all the stuff that I like to talk about. So, shout out to my guy Stan. Make sure y'all follow Stan on Instagram.
Follow Fleetwood 357.
That's the short man talking, y'all. That was the short man talking. But shout out to my boy brother Fleet, Killer Street, Fleetwood 357 on Instagram, Lot Nation Stan, Instagram, me, your boy Malcolm Locks everywhere, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, TikTok. All that, but you see lessons they never teach you. Watch out for the hashtag because it's coming. Shout out to my boy Killer Street, brother Fleet.
I just want to get on her.
I know he just wanted to get on the camera. So yeah, y'all, my boy Killer Street, brother Fleet, Lot Nation Stand. Make sure y'all follow everybody, but stay tuned. Lessons they never teach you. Yeah, let's get to it, y'all.